Hey, Mark from Whole Latte Love. Morgan's with me.
Hey, Mark.
Today we're going to take a look at a 3 Capresso grinders. These are lower cost grinders. They're all Burr. They, if you look at them at Whole Latte Love, they're under the Jura-Capresso, but they are Capresso grinders. So we have the Infinity, the 559, and the 595. Now these are $100 or under. They're all Burr grinders. So first, we will grind with these in a moment so you can see how they do and what they sound like. I'll take a look at the Burrs on all these. So I'm going to take the caps off here, and I'll hold these right up side by side so you can really get a good look at them here.
Okay.
There we go. Because one of the Burrs is much larger than the other. So here we go. So on the Infinity, we have a conical Burr. You can see how big that is. Okay. Then in comparison, here's the Burr size on the other two, and these are ceramics on the other two. This is a hardened steel Burr on the Infinity. Okay.
Okay.
So here's the two. So this is from the 595.
559.
559 and the 595, and inside they're going to be very similar. But if you get a good close shot of those, so that conical Burr is much larger, and that is important for a couple reasons, and also why the Infinity's more expensive. With a grinder like this, the maintenance on them, once they all come with a little brush here, you just brush this area out. Over time, some coffee residues will build up on there. Really easy on the Infinity here, just pulls right out. I'm going to put the hopper back on here. You line up the little dot here with this and turn it around, and that's how you adjust the grind on this one.
How many grind settings does this have?
Depending on how you count them, it's 16 or 17 on all of them. So they all have about the same, okay? So let's get the Burrs back into these guys. Again, pretty simple and straightforward. Just set it in, give it a turn. So on the 559 here, the grind is adjusted, the grind size is adjusted here. You see it only goes up to 9, but there's half steps in between each one.
Okay.
Okay. And then we'll get the Burr back here. That just locks in. And then when you put this in, you gotta just make sure that this area is here is like that. And the grind here, just adjust like this. You can see the kind of the indications inside. And you have those same half steps inside. Now, like I say, this one is nearly twice as much as the other two, and that's because of that larger Burr, but also just listen to this one. And you can see, and take a look, I don't know if you can see how fast that's spinning in there. It's not very fast. This one also has a timer, so you can set the amount of time you want here. Over on this one, we have the timer as well. It's not, extremely accurate, but if you push the button and start it, but listen to the difference.
Quite a difference.
Quite a difference. So this has a gear reduction. The Infinity has a gear reduction motor in it, so it grinds, the speed isn't nearly as fast. These grind a lot faster. You're going to have the same over here. You can hear that. It's very, very fast. That motor is directly connected to the Burrs in there as well, okay? So when you're grinding a lot faster like that, you're going to heat up the coffee a little bit more. So let's get some coffee in these. Now these grinders, with the Burrs in here, you might be able to get away with espresso. You might. We'll see what the grind size looks like. I'm just going to get some coffee in each one. The other two, I wouldn't really recommend at all for espresso.
You mentioned that with the on the lower two models, that you're going to heat up your coffee more. Yeah,
and when you heat up the coffee, you're cooking off the flavors in the coffee, so it's the quality of your grind isn't going to be so good. So we'll start real coarse here. We'll go to the coarsest setting on the Infinity here. You can see the grind, it goes into the bin down here. I'll shut that off. So just give you an idea. So there is the Infinity as its coarsest setting.
Okay, for French press.
So press up into, cold brew, that kind of thing.
Okay.
I'm going to dump that out, make a big mess on the counter here. And now we're going to take it down to its very finest setting. And actually I'm going to stop. I'm just going to get, because there's always a little left behind, so we'll get rid of that. So keep in mind, like for espresso, this is a $100 grinder, and if you're doing espresso, you know, you usually want something more than that. So this really, to me, you know, there is still a little left over from the previous grind here that got pushed through. But that's, you know, it's not your typical really super fine espresso grind. Can you get away with it in a pressurized portafilter? Yeah, probably. So let's take a look at, let's try the other two here. We'll go all the way coarse. And that just makes a lot of noise,
Yeah,
right?
sounds like a blade grinder. Almost.
Yeah. And you mentioned blade grinder, and that's what you don't want to use for grinding coffee.
Yeah.
So it has this lid like this. You take this off. So there's the coarsest setting.
Mm-hmm. Looks similar to the Infinity.
Yeah. I'm going to get rid of some of this here. I'm going to take it to its finest. Oops, got to have the lid on here. We're going to make a big mess. I can get the lid on there. There we go. I'm going to get that grind adjustment on the side. So that's getting the coffee a lot warmer than, say, on the Infinity here.
You can tell how much quicker it ground that coffee.
So again, we got a little leftover in there, but actually, you know, it's a little. It seems like it's a little finer than the Infinity, really. Now, for the fine, that's only you're only going to want that for espresso and those kind of brew methods. For drip and what have you, you're going to be and press. You want a medium grind. And let's give a shot over here. So we'll go all the way coarse on this one. Oops, and that's, if I get this right, there we go. So no timer on this one. It's kind of off and on, okay? And over here, so there's our coarsest grind over there.
Ooh, super
that's
coarse.
Super coarse on that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like definite cold brew size. We'll get rid of that. Lid back on. And we'll take it all the way. Keep on wanting to turn the lid because that's how somebody
used to that,
use.
yeah.
So go all the way fine here. Let me just get rid of some of this so we can really see. That's pretty fine. I can feel the heat from the coffee there. I didn't on the Infinity at all. And we're out of beans there. So that's a little too coarse for me for espresso anyways. But for, pour over or for press or for drip, that's going to be just fine. And of course, that's really how you get the best coffee is grinding fresh, right?
Right. So if you're looking for a grinder under $100, these are a few of the options that we have.
Yeah, and the Infinity, very nice grinder with those very large burrs, not going to heat up your coffee when it grinds. These other two, you could hear just how fast those burrs are spinning, and they're a much smaller burr. And so they are going to warm up the coffee a little bit. You might lose a little bit of flavor. It might not be a big deal to some people. But if you want to go to, for the better grind, definitely on the Infinity.
Okay, great. And they're available at WholeLatteLove.com.
Thanks for watching.
Hey, why not subscribe now for easy free access to more videos on everything coffee brought to you by WholeLatteLove.com.